Welcome to Visera Link Webinar 8. In this webinar, we're going to focus on the services report. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And as always, I'd like to start by letting you know that if you're not following us on social media, make sure you do. Here's our different handles across the different platforms, and we post a lot of good information on there. So if you're not following us, make sure you start following us, and let's get right into it. Important. Visera Link does not identify, diagnose, or treat any disease or medical condition. We bring this up in every single webinar because we want it to be crystal clear that when you run a link scan on somebody, it's not healing them. It's not checking for a disease. It's not checking for what's wrong with the person. In the very first webinar on this playlist, we go over what it does do. So make sure you watch that webinar if you haven't watched it yet. But in short, it focuses on our everyday wellness journey. The services report. Let's go ahead and talk about that. As you saw in the previous webinars, we went over the summary report, the systems report, the products report. So the next one is the services report. When you're in the services report, you'll know you're in it because just like with the other reports, it will have a line, a blue line underneath the name services. What the services report is it's a report that's going to recommend services that support biomarkers. Now, services can include many, many different things. For example, chiropractic services, massage therapy, and there's also services that people can do from home. Like right here on this picture, you see that breathing exercises is one of the services that was recommended in this particular report. So you're going to see a lot of different options when it comes to services. Now, the cool thing is this, that you can actually go into the settings and create your own custom services group. And not only can you do that, that's actually something we recommend. So that way, when you create your own custom services group, only services that you offer, services that a colleague offers, or services people can do from home will be recommended. And this will avoid situations where a service will be recommended that maybe you don't even know what it is, or maybe a service that you do know what it is, but you don't offer it and you don't know someone who does. So you don't even know where to send this person. So in the settings webinar, which if you haven't watched, make sure you go back and watch it. And if you did watch it, but you didn't create a services group, then go back, rewatch it so you get the steps on how to create a services group. But anyway, create a services group and only include services that you want to be included in the scan. And to get the wheel spinning as far as what you should include, again, services you offer, services a colleague offers. Like, for example, you have a friend who does massage therapy. So you guys work out some kind of deal where if you refer people to them, you get some kind of finder's fee or something. You can work that out. That's between you guys, but that's just an idea. And then obviously services people can do from home. The reason why we included services people can do from home is just in case you don't offer services and you don't have colleagues that offer services. Then you can still create a group that will include only things that people can do from home. So here's a list of services in Link that people can do from home. So if you create a custom services group, these are ones that you can include. Now, when you run the scan, it's going to recommend a list of services. It's going to have a blue circle with a number. That's how many biomarkers that specific service will support, specifically out of range biomarkers. So obviously you don't want to recommend every single thing because that will be overwhelming. When it comes to the services report, you want to recommend the top service. But then again, you want to make sure it's a service that lines up with that person. For example, if you include only services they can do from home, and the first one is one that is something that they cannot do for whatever reason, physically or whatever, it's okay. Just move on to the next service. So that just involves communication, asking probing questions, and going from there. So as you can see, this also helps Link become an even more well-rounded scan. Because in the summary report, we got all the measurements that have to do with the heart rate variability and breathing rate and more. And as you saw in that webinar, that helps you set goals with the people on things they can do in their daily life. The two middle reports, the systems report and the products report, recommend products that will help support outer range biomarkers. So then you add the services to the mix. And even if it's just services they can do from home, those are big things. Now, with any of these services, if you were to touch it, so in this case, we're focusing on breathing exercises. It'll give you additional information about that service. So it'll give you a short little sentence or two explaining what that service is. And you'll have a little link that says learn more that will give you even more information. And then right below that, it'll show you a list of the biomarkers it'll help bring into range. So it's that simple. Now, if you were to touch the learn more, it'll give you a longer explanation on that service. So the services report, as you can see, is pretty short and sweet, simple to the point. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. This is where you can contact us. If you already have Link for billing questions, tech support, general support, and more, or if you have sales or training questions, you can also contact us. And here's the contact information down below. And this includes people that want to buy or sign up for Link, or want to refer somebody, or you have Link, but you have training questions. So no matter what you need, there's somebody here that can assist you. Again, follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. And we have another webinar coming up on this playlist that will be added, and it talks about what your clients see on their end. So when you send a scan to somebody and they download the app to run the scan that you sent them, what's their experience like? What do they see? That's the next webinar. Thanks for watching.